it's like totally fine.
Yeah.
But then again, there's like the dude in New York City who had a fucking gator and a tiger.
And he did the projects.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's insane. I couldn't imagine falling asleep.
Just imagine you the neighbor, you sleeping on your
I heard a crazy story once of this lady found a abandoned hyena pup and like took it home and raised it, and it like hyenas get big as fuck. So by the time it started getting like big as fuck, she was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. And then at night, it would just start laughing. And I was like, no, dude. Oh, I'm not fucking. A hyena is the next level of
demonic,
crazy animal.
I feel like that's that's close to a hellhound.
We've all seen Lion King.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. The hyenas do eat Scar, don't they?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Wait, for real?
Don't the hyenas fuck Scar up?
Yeah, because he's fucked up or whatever, and then they just end up just like.
Yeah, they're like, oh wait, I forgot. The rest of the hyenas suck. It's just the 3 idiot ones that follow them. The rest of the hyenas are like, we're waiting for this dude to go down.
Yeah.
What Lion King is this?
The first one?
The first one. The OG one, yeah.
I don't think I ever...
I think it's alluded to. Like, they don't, like, show it.
Yeah, I think he's, like, hurt on the ground, and then you just see him, the hyenas surround him.
Yeah.
What? Damn.
Lion King really cutthroat.
They're doing a prequel. So they did the live-action new one.
And that actually didn't look bad, right?
I don't think it was bad. I think the hard part was they tried to make the animals very real, and animals don't have facial expressions like that.
Yeah.
So it's like the cartoon, you're getting like people smiling or being like, oh, he's being coy. It's like, I think it was harder to translate, but the cast was amazing. I'm sure the music was awesome.
Yeah.
If they're doing a prequel to it, that's the story of Mufasa. It's got to be
Mufasa, not Scar. Okay.
So it's Scar and Mufasa, and I think there's like some Idris Elba plays a big white lion, which I guess so they stole the idea for Lion King from some other movie called like something the White Lion that came out like before it, and Disney was like, no one saw that one. It's just fake.
They're the king of
But they were like, yeah, maybe in 40 years we'll give you a little tip of the hat in a movie about it.
We'll throw your little character in here.
I feel like Black Panther is a remake of The Lion King.
I think Black Panther was before The Lion King.
Yeah, but it's like the same.
Oh.
It's the same movie.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. At the base.
Like, of that specific movie, the first one is for sure.
Movie.
Yeah, I feel that.
But it's almost it's the inverse perspective, as if, like, because T'Challa's dad killed Michael B. Jordan's dad.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and he's like, guess what, dude? I was out. And I was doing shit. Check out my weird body markings.
You had the lumps.
And, yeah, you're just like, I don't know what this is, but that looks crazy.
Yeah, the lumps.
Michael B. Jordan has become one of like top tier actor.
Really?
Like I think Michael B. Jordan's
He's
like
up there.
A top 10
really?
Male actor right now.
He's up there for sure.
Is it because popularity or actually acting?
How are the Creed movies? I've never seen the Creed movies.
I don't think I've ever seen those either, to be honest.
Okay.
But I've only heard good things.
I can't say that it was bad. I can't say that the Creed was bad.
Well, he does it's him and his dude Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
Who they're like directing all of it. They're like a whole duo.
Yeah.
And I think it's as long as they can keep adding people, like that's what a lot of these great directors and a director-actor combos have is like a whole crew of people. Like when you see a Wes Anderson movie, you're like, oh, this is Wes Anderson. This is all his boys. Oh, this is all Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
And even what you said, Adam Sandler.
Tim Burton, Johnny
Depp. Adam Sandler. I don't know who the director is.
Yeah, the Sandman.
Adam Sandler put all his friends on.
Yeah, dude, and the weird part is, I heard a couple of them. Well, it just came out that Rob Schneider sucked as a dad.
Yeah, I've seen that.
His daughter, Ellie King, was like, yeah, he just said I was fat a bunch. And then he went on some show and was defending himself a little bit. And he's like, yeah, hard being the dad. And you're like, no, it sounds like you were like a real dick. I don't think it was like hard for you. I think you were just a dick. But I heard Kevin James is also
top tier.
Top tier douchebag.
Really?
Yeah, like
just to other people.
Yeah, he's like don't talk to me. Talk to my like assistant.
Who?
Like Kevin James, King of Queens, the King of Queens, dude. Yeah,
the Q-tip man. Oh nah.
Yeah, they were like, well, I imagine on those sets, if you're with like Chris Rock and Adam Sandler and shit, you definitely know your spot. So so when you get out of there, it's like when a boss is mean to you at work all day and you go to a cashier and you're just like kind of a dick on accident and you're like, sorry, this is just like the most power I've had in the day whatsoever and I unleashed it on you and that's my apologies.
You get bullied.
I understand it doesn't have a price tag.
Yeah. I watched this shit on JRE or whatever and top tier dad for sure.
Oh, great dad, dude.
Yeah.
He like as a parent, he fasted for like 8 weeks or something crazy in like solidarity with his daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude's a fucking G in that.
Hell yeah.
Kevin James.
The same
dude. Same dude who's dick to like outside people.
Oh, to his family.
He's
family,
like
friends, good dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which I can kind of get. I don't think everyone has to be. It's a Jordan thing. Like you don't have to be.
I think what you said is probably the perfect thing. He's like just fucking doing so much throughout the day around these fucking superstar fucking people, and then it's just like he's just like mentally tired and drained.
Well, I think it just is also, you know, he was on a huge show. At a certain point, you're just like, I'm fucking tired of this. And I guess with the stuff he talks about with his family on that JRE episode, I've only seen like a couple of clips, but it's like, all right, you were also very stressed probably for a long time. One, you weren't eating. Two, you had like very like hard like family shit going on. I think his daughter was sick, and it was like, yeah, I guess not being nice to everyone is probably fine. You also don't have to be either, and it doesn't really take away anything. Yeah. And I also never thought Rob Schneider was like, man, this guy's probably dad of the year.
I wouldn't have ever thought that.
Like he seemed like kind of that. I feel like he was a bad dad in Grown Ups.
To be fair, that's funny as fuck. But shit, really does this show. Episode 6, we're back. Missed a week. Sorry about that. We was gonna do a over the phone laptop situation, but
then
figured might as well wait a few days.
We also had power outage.
Yeah.
Big storm. Big storm city.
Yeah, shout out to not having power for a week.
Yeah,
crazy.
How long did everyone? You went
Mine
1 week?
3 days.
3 days?
4 days.
Damn. And I thankfully got it back that night. Well, I got back at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's solid.
Part of the original.
But I heard people were out
for the whole week.
Dude, the whole week. And I was like, yo, this sucks. My parents were out till Sunday.
That's crazy.
And I'm like,
it happened on what, like a Wednesday?
Yeah, it was like Tuesday. Yeah. Tuesday. I mean, it was an insane, because we were going to record.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember I went and got food with a friend. We were at Southside. The trees, dude, I was like, yo, these 2 trees are strong, will never die. The 2 trees in front of Southside will live forever. The way I saw these motherfuckers leaning back, just to stay, I was like, that's 10 toes. The definition of dude. That's 10 roots down right there.
10 roots
they were all in. But yeah, that was a crazy. And the thing that sucked most, honestly, was the no cell service.
That was the worst part.
I would have been completely fine had I could have just gone on my phone. I'm just sitting on the roof like a fucking. Like, we were in, like, riot times, just, like, drinking twisted teas, trying to get, like, a bar and be like, I'm sending a text right now.
Yeah. And y'all ain't get no service either.
You were getting no service.
So why do I want to move to the west side?
Okay, well, that just happened one. Y'all had a regular tornado on the east side. That shit touched down.
I've been saying that ever since it happened. I said, I want to move to the west side.
That's funny as fuck.
It's fun out here, dude.
I love it on this side of town.
I mean, I feel like it's so much easier. There's always, like, the commute thing. that I think is easier. It's easier to like access like a lot of highways over here to get from A to B.
Yeah.
We're like truly for the reason that at one point, I think it was like Shaker and somewhere else were like, no highways here, please.
Shaker or Cleveland Heights.
Yeah, they were both like, not for us. And you're like, all right, that's a dumbass move.
Dumb as shit.
And then it's also just a lot of like shit popping off over here.
Yeah.
I like the
There's all
side.
the food.
I do too.
All the good food over here.
Because where I'm at in Lakewood, I'm 15 minutes to anything.
Yeah, dude, you can
Really?
get anywhere.
Anything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Lakewood.
Take me only 15 minutes to get downtown. Everything's pretty much up the street if I want to go to a bar, a liquor store,
See,
a couple grocery
lit.
stores, like mad restaurants.
Yeah.
So you could just literally just walk in like
Exactly.
I
I really just need a bike.
Experience.
I mean, even to come to downtown, if I had a bike, it wouldn't take that long.
Oh, dude, you can
what I mean?
get. It's probably still like
Especially if you
15
take the
minutes,
short
really.
way.
Because if
Yeah.
you're on a bike, you're cutting through all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like, yeah, you're in and out of everywhere pretty quick. And even to get to like Cleveland Heights, you're like, this almost, it seems faster almost to get there than like getting out half the time for me.
Hell
Where
yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Where I'm just like,
That's like the
yeah, I
perfect
feel like
little
I have a nice like little
example for
entry
sure.
into this.
Yeah.
And like you said, Lakewood's nice too. Or a lot of like areas over here, you could just almost park on like a main street and then
Yeah.
just cruise around.
See,
Like Lakewood do have some fucking crazy long streets where you're like, they're like, it's just at the bottom of the street. I'm like, that's a mile and a half.
no,
It's hot as hell. I'm trying to look good. I'm figuring something else out.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I could take Detroit all the way here.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
and
If I
Detroit
really want-
doesn't have a ton of. It's got a couple little like low spots where there's nothing happening,
yeah.
but it's not like Madison. Like Madison has a bunch of just.
Yeah.
This is
shit,
bleak.
yeah.
This is Scooby Doo Ghost Town energy. Just like whatever's happening here, it's crazy. I don't know. There's a couple spots where it's either weird, kind of industrial, and you're like, "What is this?" Or weird, like all just like abandoned. Like there's just two or
Yeah, once
two
you get closer
stretches
to
I
like
can think.
117th and past.
And like past there, there's
Yeah.
one right after 117th, and then one like way before, like right before you get to like 65th
But Madison, ain't that where Angelo's is at?
yeah.
in Lakewood.
In Lakewood,
Yeah.
yeah.
But once you get into the Cleveland part,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I know
Exactly.
what you're talking about,
Yeah, like some of those spots, you're like, yeah, this is just kind of
Around
like,
Target.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But Detroit's popping the whole way through.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's how I be taking it away home. When I be coming from past your house, I be taking Detroit. And I just like, damn, it's so much fun activities over here to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You just see, yeah.
Like, damn.
But
it seems like a lot of shit keeps opening too.
what else
you
been
say
new with
that?
everybody?
Shit, just got back from Boston.
Good time?
The week before that, the storm. Yeah, it was cool.
SummerSlam week before that.
Yeah. So, oh yeah,
Was
we haven't
anyone-
been
I
there
was
for
gonna
that.
say.
Yep.
Yeah, we,
Me and
I remember
was at the
Steel. I
West
got
Side.
Steel Trap up here, dude. Dad, did you
Yeah.
went and saw West Side?
Yep. Blessed them with a bottle of Ace.
Love
I
that.
get a good intro.
I cried.
This nigga did cry. I met this dude. He's from like a conglomerate. I don't know if they're like a group, but it's called Feed the Family from Boston.
Okay.
And Westside's been having them open up for him at
Oh,
shows
sick.
and shit. So I got to meet one of the dudes named Sheikh Hanif. He's amazing, super ill rapper. Just like totally fits the whole aesthetic. All of them do. Bodie Rock. I forgot the other homies.
Now here was my question on this. So he did Grog Shop. Do you feel like
I
pretty
thought he
sure
did House of Blues for the show.
he did House of Blues?
Mm,
Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was first like when I first saw the thing, I
Because it
thought
was
it
like
said Grog
his
Shop.
entirety. That was his show.
Yeah, that's
like,
what.
Like he conducted the whole shit. I don't even know if he really rapped. I don't even know.
Okay, so everybody was saying he did perform, and I was like, because Tenali was showing me video, and I was like, it looked like he performed, but everybody keeps saying he did perform.
Yeah, I could see him not because I mean, even when he went on like Funk Flex, he's not rapping. Like he doesn't even want to rap.
No,
he
yeah.
also just puts it out to bring light to whatever he's doing.
He,
curator.
yeah,
Exactly.
I mean he's a man who knows business. Of like, hey,
100%.
me just being a rapper is just having one thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I could put all these other people on, not even just in rap, like how they're doing like wrestling now too.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, yeah, because that's what those shows are. He's following the major
Yeah.
wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Heels Have Eyes. That's the
Heels
name
Have
of
Eyes.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that it just makes so much more sense where it's like, hey, you're into this other shit. It's like, yeah, just start getting more people, like pick up people and manage them. And you don't even have to necessarily be like their day to day, but you can be at the top to be like, what's going on with this person? I need updates on everyone every day and how you guys are getting these people like forward, because then it pushes him forward. Like, everyone just builds a brand.
Him putting on Boldy James, fucking Jay Worthy.
They've people that it might be his fans that won't never hear about none of these other people, or be interested in all these other things that he brings.
That's what was ill about the pop up. Like a lot of, maybe most people in that line, like all the way down 25th, you're familiar with the exhibition shit, all the way to the corner, and most of them were just there because of wrestling.
Well, that's the thing.
They're like, I don't really fuck with Westside like that, but he just posted these ill-ass one-of-one pieces.
Wrestling is also...
And wrestler was there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wrestling's in a new renaissance of... I feel like it went from... When we were kids, it was like Attitude Era. Mm-hmm. That was like super poppin' and really mainstream for people. Then it kind of got to this point where it was like, this is for kids, and if you're like an adult still into it, it's fucking like...
Yeah, but once people are like, oh, it's fake, that really tarnished it for some reason.
But then there was also this, like, it just wasn't... You're like, oh, this is, like, too much. It's just not cool. Like, there's no characters that everyone was like, this guy's so sick. And now it's, like, gone full circle again to be like, everyone's into it. Everyone gets what's going on. They're like, it's a storyline, though, the same way as every show you're watching.
Yeah.
And you're like, these people rule. They're in a bunch of different things. And I'm like, I don't even watch wrestling, and I know what's happening. I'm like, kind of in on it.
Just because
like,
so many people are talking about it.
Yeah, and then you start watching old, like, they do those Dark Side of the Ring shows on, like, Vice. Those are fucking bananas, dude.
They realize what these people was going through and shit like that.
Yeah. Yo, these guys are, like, talking about what they're making, which is fucking nothing. Then they're talking about what they're taking. And that's fucking every goddamn pharmaceutical drug anyone's... They're like shooting Oxycontins. You're like, that's an insane level.
They basically destroying themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're breaking their whole body down and supplementing.
But a bunch of them are like still kind of here.
Yeah.
And you're like, how's
you look at Undertaker, he's killing them. Ric Flair's off.
Oh, yeah.
But Undertaker's killing them.
This one is still like actually that can still wrestle.
Well, no, just mentally, just kind of like
Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold's still like rocking.
Obviously, The Rock.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes that
Big Show. Like
Rey Mysterio still wrestles. There's a bunch of dudes from when we were kids still wrestling.
Yeah,
it's like Edge still wrestles.
That's crazy.
There's dudes that you're like, holy fuck, man. What is like, your body just has to ache every day.
Oh, everything. Every part.
But you gotta love it. And I kind of respect that for doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, what else am I going to do?
And they don't seem like dudes to me that, like Matt Hardy's still doing it, because it's like, yeah, man, you blew all your money on drugs.
Yeah,
sure. You have to do this job.
Had to.
It's the same way that riding a bike's cool when you want to, not if you have to.
Right.
Like, if you gotta ride a bike, you're like, oh, man, shit's rough for you. Someone's like, hey, you riding your bike? Cars at home? That's cool, man. I respect
that. Right.
Saving the planet.
So we are waiting for Chaz to get here.
Who's gonna jump in?
Yeah, he's gonna be jumping in. I guess we didn't intro ourselves. Antonio, Mr. T. Bonilla, Sosa, all that.
CP, Stove Flea.
Worst Pat, a.k.a. Taurus Trap Pat. You know what it already is.
Taurus Trap Pat.
I forgot about that one until I was talking to someone about Cedar Point, and I took a girl to Cedar Point, and I chose cheapest vacation, spend the night at Cedar Point, which is just a real kind of trash move. Because you get there and you're like, there is really nothing here to do.
No, except for Cedar Point.
There's a couple restaurants, and everyone you see, you're just like, I don't want that. I think I went to Sweet Baby Ray's, which I think is also just at the mall.
Yeah.
Like Sweet Baby Ray's like restaurant.
No, it wasn't Sweet Baby Ray's, and it was like there's some chain restaurant that's at the mall too. I should know this.
They got a mall?
Smoking. No, the North Home.
And then they have like Sonic.
Yeah, there's like a Sonic there or something. You're like,
that's it.
It's all kind of blows. Beers are like $1,000.
Yeah.
But I want to get an airbrush tee, and I go up. The people who do the airbrush tees are the biggest nerds in the world. First off, she goes, "We cannot." She goes, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I need some dice, a champagne bottle, and a pack of backwoods."
That's fire.
And I need to say tourist trap pack. It's like. She's like, okay, we can't do any gambling, alcohol, or drug-related items. And I was like, backwoods are technically tobacco. So that's not even anything. And I got her to do dice in a champagne bottle. And she was like, what's a champagne bottle look like? And in my mind, I was like, that's an emoji, dude. You should know. That's just in the zeitgeist of a champagne bottle.
Yeah, that's like, just a mainstream.
That's a real... That's thing. That's copywritten, dude. That's fucking Kleenex. What do you mean? What is it?
Yeah.
They're not shaped differently that often.
Yeah, no. That is funny as fuck.
But Sean, I do need to go to Cedar Point.
Yeah, I haven't been to Cedar Point in years, man. I've been talking about going for the last few years.
I like a fucking roller coaster. I like walking around a park. You eat a little edible or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, then you're just people watching.
Maybe some shrooms.
Oh, you could really live life.
You really don't even have to fuck with the roller coasters. Just go there, just high. Just have a good time.
One thing I don't get though.
Halloween shrooms.
That's what I like. I like
that sounds fire.
Well, yeah, because then it's not 1,000 degrees, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
For some reason, every time I've gone to Cedar Point, they're like, "Well, record high day here in Ohio," and I'm just like standing with like next to some girl just sweating.
Bro, I'm not trying to go to the water park either.
Oh no.
I'm not. But also next time I go, I do want to go to the beach. I've never been to the beach while I was at Cedar Point before.
It's probably dirty as fuck though.
It's alright. You can like it's worth like walking on with like a shoe. Oh. Like I wouldn't even go a flip flop. Oh. It's more of a shoe zone.
Yeah, I would.
It's a kind of shoe beach.
I would think that at least Cedar Point would take care of
a shoe beach.
It's a shoe beach. It's very.
I would think that they would try to take care of they property.
I think they do, but then remember when you go to Cedar Point, like every person working there, and God bless them, but it says like their country of origin, which is also very weird.
Yeah, people fly in from across the world.
But it's like
it's the number one.
I'm Helga from Yugoslavia, and I'm selling you a fucking blue raspberry slushie right now. And
and they all have a singular job.
Yeah.
Like, they're not, like, floating around.
No, it's their planet. Because they're not sure what to do otherwise, I don't think.
No.
But they all live, they have a campus.
I should move my car shit now.
What do you mean?
Let's say 1 hour parking on the street.
Oh, you should be fine. I've never seen anyone get a ticket.
No.
Oh, yeah, I know people who worked at Cedar Point. My friend's sister and her boyfriend at the time worked there, and you all live in, like, a weird-ass thing, dude.
Yeah. All my mom tried to
do
like a lot of fucking going on.
I bet it was so...
What's that shit called? The work spot that people go to when they get out of high school? Job court?
I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be one of those things where they're just like, hey, we got a bunch of random people with no money. Here's just a Motel 6 that we fucking put Cedar Point lit branding on. Mm-hmm. They live in here. We don't really do much for them.
Yeah, like, my cousin, he worked there for like the last couple of years. He's not doing it anymore, but he was young as fuck, ended up being like one of the main manager dudes, overseeing mad of the shit. And then he said the living quarters are disgusting.
I believe it, dude.
Mold
it also, it seems like one of those places that rules for a regular person, where if you just go in there and like work there for a while and they just are like, whoa, I noticed you solved that problem without calling anyone. And they're like, yeah, well, I saw what you did last time. And they're like, oh, and remembered it? They're like, yeah. And they're like, wow. someone's about to skyrocket to the top here, brother.
Yeah. I'm sure it doesn't take much to get there.
I mean, dude, it had me at Target.
Yeah.
They gave me the keys of the building because I was like, I don't want to call anyone else over here to deal with this. Just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I feel that.
just from that just goes to
It's
show
using
how
like
bad the workforce nowadays is, though. Too
horrible.
Yeah,
Like a thing could happen over and over again, the same problem. People just call you back, and you're like, you have to physically be like, next time, just press yes.
It's that simple.
Yeah. And they're like, well, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to lose my job. And it's like, what, like, cutthroat industry? You're a cashier here. What cutthroat shit do you think I care about that's going to be like, wow, she let someone
helped
through?
run and sign up for the last 4 months.
Yeah. They've literally...
You think they're trying to fire someone?
You're not stealing? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
For
Little
pressing
fuck
yes.
ups happen.
There we go. I was gonna get fired for saying yes.
We were talking about the ALD shit a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about the Supreme stuff?
I fuck with this season. I'm not gonna lie. So obviously the Tyler shit, that's hard. I wouldn't say long overdue, but at the same time it is. Cause that's probably when I got into Supreme, around that same time. Like I remember hearing about it, but then I see fucking him and the Our Future crew pop out with it, and I was just blinded by the name. Like you hear Vape and Supreme kind of like together.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's like probably, and the name is Supreme. So I remember growing up hearing about Supreme, and I would just think expensive like Babe, never even looked into it. Then I see these fucking skater kids wearing it. I'm like, okay, let me actually look into this. I'm
And
like,
see what this came from.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, like this isn't expensive at all, regular streetwear prices and all that. So that was like 2012. So like obviously getting into it heavy then and years later, you obviously pick up on the classic pieces, archive pieces. So it was really cool to see them bring back Snow White designs, even though it's kind of whack this season. But that was always one of their
so that was like a classic.
designs.
That was a classic design.
Like
Okay.
a long sleeve tee with Snow White on, and then they did a deck.
I like that leather jacket.
yeah,
that
yeah.
leather jacket though. I like the quality of
green
that
one?
leather jacket though.
Oh,
Snow
that
White
leather
joint. The quality on that leather jacket was crazy.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
see
just
the Snow
a-
White leather.
I didn't see the Snow White. I saw the green one that was like, is it a Scotch?
Shit.
I think that's how you pronounce it. I pronounce
Shot.
everything wrong. Shot.
Shot.
I'm known to pronounce everything. And that's I prefer it, dude.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. As long as people know what you're talking about, it doesn't.
Well, and it's like, eventually, I'd rather know it when I see it than know the name. And
Yeah.
have no fucking clue. Or
Yeah,
know
see
what
it.
the quality of something is. Like, when
Yeah.
motherfuckers, like, bring shoes in at places, I just see it online all the time. And they're like, I think they're real. I'm like, these are fake as fuck, dude.
You get to tell if the look.
It happened. I just watched, have you ever seen dudes buy, which something, if you guys want to get into, buying storage units. They're buying, like, old clothing ones or, like, clearly, like, some dude who used to be a trapper or something who's just got a storage unit because he lived at 4 different places.
Yeah.
And all of his shit's in there, and he probably, something happened, and he stopped paying.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, that look crazy.
oh, yeah, that's a fucking, that's a banger.
It's like an old
That's a
school
piece.
like
That's a real...
leather.
That's a piece
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, the real, like, true, like, vintage look on it with that, like, painted style is
Oh,
amazing.
Yeah.
That design is crazy.
And
And
then-
then like fire accessories as usual. The decks this season though, super fire. I
Good
love
decks.
their artist collab. His name's Frank something.
Okay.
Those are fire. It just kind of like brought me back to like the mid 2010s vibes almost.
Of, like, back when... Well, it's so weird because I do feel... Supreme kind of has an SNL vibe to me.
Yeah.
Where
The
it's
way-
not until it's, like, no one... Some people appreciate it because it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But then other people don't really appreciate the humor until, like, it's past. And, like,
Yeah.
those people are gone.
Yeah.
Like, in high school, everyone was like, dude, this Chris Farley fucking best this SNL or, like, Adam Sandler. You're
Yeah.
like, yeah, this was in, like, the 90s. And people at the time were like, these guys kind of suck. It's always like
They
the
didn't get
current
the
people
humor at
are
the
like,
time.
yeah, because it's young people. It's supposed to be cutting edge comedy.
Yeah.
I know obviously it's been like a little dulled due to the internet, but at the time, like Will Ferrell didn't really like pop off as much initially. I don't think.
Yeah, no,
the way that
it was the movies
now he
that did
is
it
now.
for him, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't mad at this. I'm not mad at this at all.
Yeah,
This is probably like the best collection they done had in a minute.
Who's
then they brought Kate Moss back.
Who took over for
Tremaine, I'm not sure. But I know the last good creative director was Angelo. And he
That's the one that
Awake.
Yeah.
That was kind of like the tail end of that.
For sure.
And then it's just kind of just been shit. You can just see that they're just like reaching. The only thing that could have made this season like top tier for real is a good jersey.
You get a good
shit
jersey.
Is whack. Like they don't have a good football.
A baseball jersey can be like a tough one. It's like very material based. Like any like fabric baseball jerseys to me always have like a weird fit. Like there's something about it that it's like I feel like I need to have way more muscles. Like I should be doing steroids. They're like, yeah, it's baseball, so we did it steroid arms.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. It's like a weird looking type situation.
I have that mesh and one joint that I wore to when I helped in that softball game.
Mm-hmm.
And that one fits nice, but it's like, yeah, if it's mesh, which Supreme's done some that are like that heavy like mesh style.
Yeah.
I like those a lot more, and I feel like those fit better, especially if you're wearing it open.
Right.
It like lays heavier, where like cotton ones, they don't. I need it to fall. Like I need my shirt to be able to like my t-shirt to have more like show.
Yeah.
Where like a heavier mesh shirt is gonna fall a little bit like lower down just because it weighs more. Where the cotton ones like just sit up like at your neck.
Yes.
And it always has like either this really brand new feel. Or this like, is this like an old sleep shirt you got? Or like, what is this now, right? Yeah. Like, it becomes like a girl's sleeping over shirt for like, real quick. Then you're like, you know what, actually, that's fine.
Yeah. Because like, probably like my favorite baseball jersey, it was like from around 2010. Like, it was just wool.
Yeah. Well, the wool ones are nice too. Yeah.
Favorite football jersey, they did like a Rose Bowl themed one. It's like the rose on the shoulders. It's like, yo, just bring back like just cool looking shit.
I had, again, with like the mesh ones, I've had a couple sick, vintage wise, the old like batting jerseys are always super hard, where it's just like two little buttons, but it's like mesh and they'll just be like patch logo on it.
Yeah.
And they're always just like weird colors. But they've done like button-up ones too.
See, that's the baseball jersey I had.
Those are nice to me.
Yeah.
That's like
to
me. That's kind of what you do want
for sure.
Yeah, and it's comfortable.
That's the big part. Is like
comfortable.
If I'm in a jersey, that means I'm at a game probably. That means I'm drinking heavy.
Yeah, it's tight.
I want that chow cheese.
They got Mr. Cartoon in here. Love Mr.
Oh really?
Cartoon.
Oh yeah.
They have a deck. Too for his shit. Jacob and Co.
Love
chains, gold and silver for the what do they call those? The stars for your
astrology.
Yeah,
astrology
for that shit.
Astrological.
They have all the signs. So like, I just feel like it's like, okay, you guys kind of like got back into your bag.
But now it's like, what's gonna happen next time?
Because that's why I was excited to see the Snow White and the Kate Moss shit. Because it's like, okay, you're going back to two of your classic designs that kind of held the test of time probably until now. Like, you look now, if you can even find a Snow White or a Kate Moss, like they're probably not what they used to be.
That's what that sweater is?
Yeah, with that lady on
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
fire. So she was like super famous model from what, like the 90s?
She was like a 90s model, and she became like a hugely famous for doing like cocaine.
Yeah.
And, I mean, no offense, it was just like all the time.
Shout out there.
And she, did like a Notorious shirt with Supreme, and everyone just like, it's sick that they're like reusing it versus trying to like bring too many new ones on.
Yep. Exactly.
I'd rather you just bring back old ones and get like 1,000 new people on. Do you think are we getting a Tyler one?
Tyler T for sure.
Well, Tyler T for sure, but it's gonna be the photo.
T.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think they used the wrong photo for that T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm sure they had to choose from hundreds.
Yeah, but he has hella pictures.
Is it still?
Well, because what they do is they'll bring the person in and do a photo shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not necessarily just, unless it's with like an older musical act. Sometimes they'll choose the family will give them pictures they could choose from.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it's like somebody alive like that, like with the Gucci shit, they just pulled up on him at his house. He was on house arrest. You feel me? So. Like, they just kind of work it with there, but they prefer to do, like, the in-studio shit. I think Terry Richardson is long gone.
That's what I was going to wonder, if is he still doing shit? Like,
no, because I think a lot of shit came out with him.
Well, yeah,
like,
he was a bad guy.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, that's how a bunch of these dudes end up being. They're like, oh, man, I can't believe the guy taking pictures of 16-year-olds in bathing suits was a weirdo. It's like, especially back then, I was just talking about this with someone, because someone made a joke where they're like, yeah, people trying to critique lyrics of songs now, and it's like, hey, go listen to every rock song from 1970 and 80 where they're like, going to third grade to pick up my girlfriend. And you're just like, yeah, all those dudes are like, and everyone's just like, it's a catchy tune.
Well, I mean, even Mace had the song where he was talking about how he was fucking this girl, and he was pretty much under the assumption that she was more than likely underage.
Yeah. I mean,
that's crazy.
I think Biggie has like pretty questionable lyrics on some stuff where you're like, but it's also
everybody does
now everyone's just under a microscope because people are like, I work from home, so I don't work a job, so I can investigate a celebrity.
And everybody's just so serious nowadays. It's like everybody want to be offended by something or hate something.
Everyone also wants to take everything at like face value for what someone said and not get like...
People want to like be a part of something. I feel like now we're kind of like in an individual era to where like you don't have a lot of community, period.
Yeah.
Whether it be like your actual community where you live, whether it be you're into something and you find like-minded people. Now people are just kind of individuals on the internet.
Well, that's what like you get a lot of people like that.
Yep.
And when
that's the community they find.
And they're
like
trying
the
to
people
like
that just trip out on shit. Yep.
Yeah,
and it's not and it's
like,
not
this one I can bond with people over.
Yeah, and it's not like justifying old lyrics or anything, but it's like now people are looking into lyrics and they're finding like triple meanings to something, and they're like, yeah, and he said he was a pedophile, and it's like, oh, check this out, dude, I'm Godzilla. I'm not. Like, it's that kind of thing where people are like, this person is a pedophile, and you're like, okay, well, it's a rap beef, and I don't think you understand how that works.
Yeah.
Why don't you get onto Smack TV
and see what they're talking about? Guess what?
He doesn't have a gun the size of a gorilla. That was a lie. It's like, it's called hyperbole, and it's just like, that's why that whole thing, I think, does evaporate, where you're like, alright, you're just kind of throwing around crazy accusations at people that you're like, there's no justification on, like...
That's like me and the homie was talking yesterday, and he was like, well, Jay-Z told us we worship the devil. I said, when he do that, he's like, Lucifer. He had a whole song called Lucifer.
If you really get into Lucifer,
yeah,
he wasn't a bad guy. I'm not saying Lucifer as in the devil everybody knows, but like...
Well, yeah, like biblically, there's other ways to look at it. Yeah. And
again, people were these names before even the Bible.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Well, and also people just love to freak out over thinking someone worships the devil, where even like Satanists are more
research.
I was about to say, yeah, they're probably getting
like Satanists are like, they're more just like, hey, we're just kind of very anti-establishment and anti all this shit. It's not necessarily like a huge, like, we don't drink blood. Like, you drink blood at regular church. You guys actually pretend to, so that's more fun.
That's even weird.
But... like,
and it's like with Satanists too, I think they'll mix them with like witches.
It's
not an all-in-one thing. Yeah. These are like two different.
People just hear, who's Playboy Cardi's the new one. They're like, this guy's worshiping the devil, and it's like, first off,
he just wanted to be a vampire.
If all these fucking kids go to hell. The devil's pissed because he's annoyed. That's got to be a real bummer. He's like, for all the groups I've gotten, this one sucks the most. And we're not playing I'm not playing Ken Carson down here for the last time. Everyone shut up.
His hell turns into his own hell.
He has to reverse it to heaven. And all the kids just keep saying they're
calling
vampires.
upstairs like, yeah, man, I think I want to come up there.
Yeah, I want to come back. I'm trying to come back, yo.
They can have it. They got
it. It too far.
This is why I'm so surprised Disney hasn't made the new Blade yet. I'm like, you guys need to capitalize now. There's a ton of kids who want to be vampires.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And you're like, why do you just want to be a vampire? Because this weird other guy's a vampire. And then everyone's like, I guess we got to be vampires to be on the label. It would be ultra funny, though, if in like 300 years, Playboy Cardi still exists. And he's like, I told you.
He's Ozzy Osbourne.
I told you I'm a vampire.
What be the next Ozzy Osbourne?
I can't believe when that show came out, I thought he was going to die on the show.
Osbourne?
On the Osbourne show, I thought he was going to die.
He was doing a little bit too much. But his old age.
He's still
He's
here.
still alive. He's still on a podcast.
I mean,
He has a podcast?
It's him. It's Jack, Jack, Cheryl, Carol, and him.
he's actually drinking blood from bats. I mean,
Oh, he ruled. He was an insane person.
he was biting his.
He was.
He probably got immortality.
That's a guy that I'm like, this would be a vampire.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you can't be like a young vampire. That's not like, if you're going to be a vampire, dude, be cool and mysterious. You can't be like, you can't be getting loud, dude. That's a Steven Dorff style vampire. I'm trying to be Blade. I want to be in the cut.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one of the guys, like, I'll be at the blood rave, but I'm like by the bar not getting like, this is Prada, dude. This shit Prada. I'm not gonna be on a blood rave, dude. I fucking done this shit before. Fucking dirty. That's dirty ass blood, dude. Going through all them pipes and shit.
This is Prada.
No thanks.
Watch out.
Well, I mean, staying on the music shit, there was a handful of projects over the last couple of weeks that are, I'm sure, in our lane. We got the Vultures. We've got Larry June, 38 Special. The DJ Mustard shit was fire.
There was also, which is a question I want to ask you guys, Lyrical Lemonade dropped that Yachty Ian video, and then when Tyler was promoting the Supreme shit, really kind of threw some stones at fucking Ian. Which I found. Which I did find.
So was he really talking about him? Because he really
didn't say it.
He was 100% talking about it.
But there's no one else that could have been, dude. That had.
I just heard of dude. I never heard of dude till Yachty said.
Well, no, because he was telling us about it.
I played him first night we were here. I played Grand Slam, and that was like.
That's what we was listening to. Oh, see, man.
But I think what he doesn't like is the look.
Okay.
Because I don't think he was taking, I wouldn't say he's taking any shots at like the one Jewish kid with like the wicks.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
BLP,
actually, he's coming from a place of an outsider even in the rap.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only person would be Ian that he is talking about.
I think it was definitely him, but there's also this factor of I'm like, it is a little odd because he felt like such an outsider himself.
Yeah.
So the only thing I could rationalize it to is he feels like this dude either bought his way in, like industry plant style, where he had to grind his way in.
Yeah.
Because he made this comparison where he's like, oh, this dude's ripping off Gucci and Future, and it's like,
he don't sound
no
shit
offense.
like
he
none
didn't
of
even,
it.
like, if you told me...
There's tons of rappers doing that too.
But there's also like a ton of people who you could have compared him to that would have been like, for sure, Gucci and Future are like just not...
That was way off.
Yeah, I was like, are you talking about Duke Dennis? Duke Dennis sound like Future.
That's what it looks like Future.
I think actually it is a weird Future him clone thing that.
So they took a picture, him, Cash Cobain, and, one of them New York. They took a picture, and I was just like, but it was Duke Dennis all the time. I was like, oh shit.
But yeah, I was like, I thought it was kind of odd that he went so hard And then some manager came out. I forget what the dude's name was.
Blue, that's Akon's brother.
It was some dude who was like, yo, I signed this guy.
Yeah,
and I've signed hella motherfuckers. Like, I'm about this.
So me and Stead, so have you ever watched the episode of Atlanta when they had the white Avatar episode?
No.
So basically it was an episode of Atlanta where
Do you mind?
No, rap, I got you.
so it was an episode where they had like like they was having like a banquet. And it was all the black managers and all of them had white rappers. Where it is like, man, you gotta get you a white avatar, man. If you want to make it, you gotta get you a white. Cause he had the artist that was he was like a cowboy. And he was a rapping cowboy, but he ended up killing himself. And he was like, yeah. So I was telling Stan, I was like, the white avatar, cause this is Akon's brother, and most of the artists that he signed are white. And then he was like, think of Akon when he signed Lady Gaga.
Yeah. I mean, dude, but those dudes...
Do you guys remember Lady Gaga's first introduction on the scene?
No.
Wale music video?
Oh, shit.
And he was in Boston, too. He was in Concepts and Bodega in that video.
Me and just chilling. DC chilling.
Yep, and she was just the fucking chorus. And then
I do remember that, dude.
She's fucking Lady Gaga.
Dude, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
And also, I know my man doesn't get as much love as he deserves, dude. A little shout out to Wale for that new fucking Foamposite fucking...
Nike, you finally doing something right.
Oh, yeah, that was...
I mean, I know my man's had... Someone had described maybe a checkered past on things with, like, beefing with people. I don't know where... But as an artist... Couple of those albums were like college bangers to me. Like I played that shit at when some of those songs come on, I'm still like, damn, dude, I want fucking let's get busy, dude. Let's fucking get a couple drinks going right now.
That More About Nothing mixtape was amazing.
Well, I'm trying to think.
That's top tier.
Yeah.
And then it was ill that Seinfeld did the album About Nothing with them. Like that was fun.
He did the album. He sampled it. Yeah. And he actually did the album for,
Yeah, I think almost it was like, because was he on, what's Rick's thing? Rich Forever?
Maybach Music.
Was he on Maybach Music at that time?
That was when he made,
that was pre-Maybach Music.
Right before. Because his first album was on Maybach Music.
Didn't he have a big falling out with them or some shit?
He was beefing with Meek.
Yeah.
To this day.
Did. At that time, Meek's just been having, he's eating French fries in his laps, dude.
That's crazy.
Did we ever figure out if that deleted tweet about Amazon was real? Because he had bought. So Amazon used to be able to connect to your Twitter. You would buy something and it would say what you bought. So he bought. Maybe not for him, maybe for a lady friend, a dildo. Yeah. And it went on his feed. And then he tweeted, does anybody know how to fucking unbox Amazon? So when all that Diddy shit came out, because I remember when that happened, it might have been a decade ago at this point. But once the Diddy shit came out, all that shit resurfaced.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I mean, to be fair, and to each their own, but, he's just been doing weird things for, ever, dude. And you're just like, hey, man, it's almost bizarre that, dude, you have more weird things to me than, Uzi does. And I feel like Uzi is, playing into it. He's like, can I just get braces again just cuz? And you're like, okay. He's like, I was thinking about getting maybe, a Mr. Sinister jewel in my forehead. And they were like, we could do it. He's the guy
just having fun with it.
He's trying, and Meek is just, naturally, I'm putting French fries on my lap in the pool. And you're like, what are you doing with this picture right now?
Get out!
And that was... And what's funny is they're both from Philly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And when you listen to Uzi's, first tape, not, obviously his first ever, but that shit, I mean, music completely different.
For sure.
No, the one with the
Super Saiyan trunks on it.
No, this is know what 2015.
I'm trying to think of what it's called, and I'm
trying to think of the main song though. That shit was fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, that's...
Don't trust me, yeah. Clip on limousine, yeah.
I feel like, here's my thing with Uzi is, I do believe that he is like, it's Picasso style, where Picasso could still draw a portrait of you perfectly. He chooses to do like a couple of fucking blocks and 2 eyeballs and a fake little mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have the concept of how to do it perfectly to break it down to the abstract. You can't just go right to breaking it down to the abstract, because then you have none of the, like, fundamentals. If that makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where Uzi was like, yo, I could crush it on just, like, get me on a boom bap. Let me, like, do this. I could do that. But now it's like...
I guess it was Love is Rage.
Let me do this, like, weird...
Safe House was the song I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
It is Love is Rage. Yeah, it's the first Love is
I
Rage.
used to fuck with Trunks. Super Saiyan Trunks. It was originally called Super Saiyan Trunks.
He, what was his... Has he been doing anything lately?
Uzi?
He's just kind
I've
of
just been seeing him pop up on like random
I know
streams.
Yeah.
he did
Just from not even being on there, he's just
never
there
on...
around.
I've never seen like a ton of interviews from
Alexander
him.
McQueen. Is either Mark Jacobs or Alexander McQueen. One of them brands. Him and Kai just did a promo for.
Did you hear the thing? I think it was Jacobs, but did you just hear the thing about apparently NYPD will not like are not going to do like extra service at like AMP events, like Kai Cenat events.
That's crazy.
Because they're like, your fans get too crazy. Like, they're not going to fucking like sanction like any of their like kind of shit.
I mean, shit. If I'm giving out
That's crazy.
PlayStation 5s and shit like that.
All right, but people have been doing that in New York before. Like, it's not... Kai Cenat's not the first rich motherfucker.
But you gotta understand that them kids are different than...
Yeah.
Like, these kids ain't like how we were kids. They worse.
The, were you trying to call me on the podcast? The RTD show just called me.
Did it? The Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, yeah, that might be Chaz.
That's probably definitely him, dude.
Look, I'm like, Eric just froze. He's probably looking up like, what
Oh,
no.
He didn't, like, post anything in this thing.
He probably, it's an audio call.
Yeah, because he said
his
phone's dead.
Oh. Yeah, you want me to just try and see if he's at the door?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, Tony, did I do right? Should I even... Oh, damn. Nah, he's not here.
Oh, he not
gonna make it in time.
He ain't gonna make it in time.
He just hit us up.
Oh, I love it. As soon as I saw that, he just was like, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, because he was like, should I, since I have to leave at 3 or whatever.
What were we just talking? Oh. What's of new favorite projects? So you named off a bunch.
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot.
Mm-hmm.
What's the, like, banger of?
What's
the one to
is
hit
great.
and the one to skip?
Mm.
That's what I need to know, dude.
I heard that 38 special was crazy though.
Yeah, I haven't even given that like a full listen through, but it's 38 special, so like I already know what to expect.
Yeah.
But that DJ Mustard,
Okay.
that's definitely one to check out just because obviously his reach, he's got mad fucking people on there. The theme of the project is dope.
I like the skits. I like the interlude. What is it, like the interlude that's going in between it? Yeah, I like that. I only like that song with Future and Ty Dolla $ign and Charlie Wilson.
That song is fire.
Yeah, they went crazy on that song.
Damn, I don't even want to say one to skip, man.
Benny the Butcher redeemed himself.
I need to listen to that.
Redeemed himself.
Yeah, because I did not fuck with that Def Jam album.
Oh, he did.
He redeemed whoever.
Which one was the Def Jam one?
That was like his last album.
Like
probably his last release.
I'm trying to figure. Yeah.
It was only like one good song on it, and it was at the end.
Honestly, I'll say, because I don't want to say skip Jay Worthy.
But
How
Vulture much is Jay
too,
Worthy
I mean,
also on that DJ Mustard album?
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Not at all.
Wait. Yeah, I'm thinking Jay Worthy, West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That's kind of surprising though. I feel like Jay Worthy gets in on like a lot of like West Coast. If it's a big West Coast album, Jay Worthy gets like.
I don't think him and Mustard ever did anything together.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think they
Like
even...
the newest act he has on the album will be Blue Bucks Clan.
Okay. Did you see? I did see a little bit of the Lil Tyler. I
fuck with Lil Tyler, man.
Yeah,
Has he come out with new shit?
He's about to drop a new album, and someone goes, "Damn, this motherfucker got the Florida Avengers on this shit." So he's got Boss Man D-Lo, he's got Kodak, he's got fucking BLP Kosher, he's got I think there's someone else on there, but I was like, I've always kind of fucked with him. For some reason, I'm like, I don't know if this kid's 16.
He's 16.
No, he's not.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
He's not 16.
In those first,
he might be 17 now.
Yeah, but in those first,
like in his 20s, like
those first videos 16. I saw, I was like, yo, dude, why are you at a college tailgate? You are definitely in high school, but that's okay. You do you.
See, I thought he was like 19, 20, around that age. I gotta skip.
What?
Vultures.
That's what that was the conclusion I was coming to.
Yeah.
Vultures.
Well,
that was highly disappointing.
I feel like.
And I love the first one.
First one was amazing.
But also, it got better the second listen. Vultures 2.
Well.
It got better the third listen.
I feel
like that's one of those ones.
That one, I feel like, didn't do as well. And I know.
Which Vultures 2?
Vultures 2, and I'm pretty sure Sony. Or whoever, Kanye owes someone. Which is not, I mean, he owes a lot of people. But like, someone's saying, yo, dude, we just need all this money. Like, basically, like, up front. Like,
what's the label say on Apple Music that it was released through?
That I haven't even checked.
Because if we look at that, we'll see exactly who's getting that check.
I wonder if it is Sony. But it's crazy that how's this motherfucker not, he can't go independent?
No, he's independent.
Is he independent?
Yeah, he said he was independent.
But
yeah, it just says 2024 Yeezy.
He just says a lot of things. He's like,
that is true.
He do say
it literally says 2024 Yeezy.
That's it.
YZY.
Well, I'm wondering if he owes them money from a past thing, or I guess they got a new president, and the new president was like, "We need the bag."
Maybe it's for Good Music, or was Good Music under Def Jam?
Def Jam.
Okay, so I wonder what fucking business was that then?
Can we just discuss though how good Cruel Summer, Cruel Winter?
Oh my god, bro, Cruel Winter.
And it's fucked up because Kanye is the way that he is now, and everybody act like it never happened. That run.
See, but I feel like you had to be in that time to appreciate that. Like, the new Kanye fans might not know those cuts.
Not get that.
Yeah. My little sister thought that Scoopy-Dee Scoop shit was fire. And I just was like, I don't think I should.
He didn't even think that.
But, like, that run from My Dark Twisted Fate when he was doing Good Fridays, all the way up to that.
That's what I'm saying.
That run was crazy.
Oh, he was going nuts, dude. He also had this, like, the way they were dropping it, the rollout for everything, it was such a, like, it felt new, and it felt like that was, like, the Avengers of that time.
Yeah.
Like, that was the coolest group of dudes that you're like, you couldn't find better lyricists. And now he dogs the fuck out of Big Sean 24/7.
He dog everybody. John Legend.
Who?
Kanye. Kanye said sign Big Sean.
I think him and Big Sean made up.
Did they?
Yeah.
But that's
did you hear
which
that?
is kind of crazy just because Kanye has said some he goes, I want on my grave to say I regret signing Big Sean. And you're like,
that had to hurt Big Sean so bad.
But remember when Gucci...
I rapped for you, bro. What are we talking about?
This meant so much, and you genuinely were like so about me, and now you're like, that was the worst decision I've ever made in my entire life.
Bro.
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Bro, that's gotta be one of the worst pains he's
That's
ever.
A forgive,
that shit
don't
remind
forget.
me of when Gucci and
it's
fell
like, I just gotta accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
This can happen again.
Yeah, we're not...
That's like when Gucci and Waka first fell out, and Gucci was like, "I got $10,000 for Waka's contract right now. Whoever want to get him."
But that Gucci.
Yeah, but I don't even
also,
think they made up.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Because Waka's mom was his manager, so it's like family business.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's deeper
Business
than that.
beef, like
Yeah.
Damn, that was a crazy time though. Of like, those are like more fun rap beefs to me.
Yeah.
Like now, it's either just like Drake level, where you're like, whoa, this is like weird and crazy, and you're calling people out on like super either like deep cuts on a personal life or like making like wild accusations that you're like, is this a defamation situation?
well, because that's when fucking. But then, do you want to be the guy that in rap beef you take the guy to court?
Whoa, no, you can't.
You can't. Like,
I'm sure.
he could probably do that and win that
I'm
case.
sure a motherfucker could.
You
take
talking about
someone.
Drake?
He probably thought about it.
And
Oh, it's
they
crossed
told
the
him
line.
no. They probably was like, "Don't do it,
Bro, you can't.
Don't
Yeah.
do that. You can't."
I'm sure he
fuck
came
off
to
like
that conclusion, but I'm sure it was a thought.
It's all yeah. It. Someone said it one time, and they were like, "That'd be something we can't do. We're not allowed. That's in the rules. In the rules, they say you can't take him to court."
As bad as
But
you want to, because
The
I know he was
other
at the house
end of
punching
like
the air.
rap beef now is like you have to know like 200 kids that kind of drop songs and are just like actual like gang members in like small like second tier cities, and they're like, you don't know this guy from Tampa, and I'm like, no.
But them Florida dudes had the greatest. I'm not gonna
They're-
say the greatest beef ever because that dude just died. So I'm not gonna say that. Like
But it's-
people actually died.
It is like a crazy thing where you're like, this is like Chicago was going insane during like the King Von era of like,
Bro,
there's it's like 3 letters and a name, and then they're all just like, and we hit this guy and this guy and this guy, and you're like,
naming them.
I don't. Who are these real people? What are we talking about? Like this seems like a confession.
That's exactly.
bro,
what it
and
is.
yeah, that's
And they're like, but
that's
they can't
exactly
use it.
that's
And
exactly
they're like-
the point I was gonna make. It's either that Drake level shit, or it's like these kids are actually
Confessing to,
on
like-
wax, like real beef.
Insane.
And they never get caught though. That's crazy.
No, they get caught.
Some of them get caught, and then a lot of them are just like,
Some of them get caught.
and then
some
we
of them die,
retaliated
but
for the last song. So now the guy sang the last song.
people are following
like
like
the young and Ace and what is this Fugio? Who's
Julio.
Don't
Julio,
disrespect to his
yeah.
name. Yeah, like they beef. Like they was naming them off. Son got
Yeah,
popped. Damn, I done
Dude,
got
have
popped.
you, what's the one song where they do the "Make My Way Downtown" one?
That was-
The
yeah.
golf
Yeah, that
course?
was
And you're just like, yeah,
Banger.
it banger
But it's-
song. I don't
fucked up.
Crazy
Hey,
shit.
Is that the one when they was in the golf cart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't live in Central Florida, so I don't know any of these
And then
guys.
Yeah, you're just thinking it's a song.
But there's a kid
Like,
who
it's real.
there's a kid who went to that high school who's just like, holy fuck,
Y'all really
dude.
doing this?
Like, there's a kid who's not involved with you guys, but is like,
Right.
yeah, I listen to rap music. I know all these guys. They go to my fucking, or they go to my school,
Yeah.
and it's like, he's like, dude, you just named like a bunch of real people.
And like
Yeah.
Julio went to the dude's grave and like laid down on the grave.
Yeah, they're doing like weird.
When I see you, like man, that's
That's too much.
yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It came out with good music. It was good sounding music, but it was just like
Well, yeah, everybody was just so tranced by the beat. You're not
Yeah.
really paying attention.
No.
But it's
Like,
hard. You can hear it's hard.
Yeah.
But you're not like,
Well, and
really
again,
listen-
that's not a
like-
song you're thinking about.
right.
you're also just listening to a like listing of names that you've never heard, which is getting you're like, I don't know. Now I'm just hearing the beat, and they're just like, a lot of it's just lettering, so it's just like OTFBG, shout out.
Yeah, like we don't know what
I don't
these
know what
clicks
any
are.
of this is. I'm not in Central Florida again, so
Well,
I,
how crazy that kind of music is fucking. There's whole YouTube people, millions of views that
Yeah.
are just dissecting these beefs through the music
Crazy.
and Twitter, just social media music.
Academics. That's how academics got
Yeah.
turned Chicago up.
I mean, that's also how. Well, academics did really turn Chicago up too, because it's like letting.
That's true.
It was kind. I think maybe it could have been one thing if it was like cool. You released a song that's cool in Chicago. Fuck you guys. Ack is like, all right, so we're breaking it down. This guy's name is Russell. And they're saying Russell's a pussy. Now Russell's like,
now let's go to Russell's page. He does kind of look like a pussy.
And now they're like, Russell's like, all right, I wasn't gonna do anything. We've just turned this shit off.
No, I'm pussy. Now I gotta prove that I'm not pussy. Oh, see.
I'm watching the views go up, dude, and I'm mad. The SoundCloud's got 1,000. This video has got 2 million. I was okay with 1,000 people knowing I was a pussy.
Now a million? Hell no. You think I'm going out like that?
I had to retaliate. It's either that or I'll fucking fall on my own sword, dude.
No, that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
But yeah, there was a time where people were just doing some good old-fashioned rap beefing. No one took it too far.
Well,
hey,
I feel like each level of like mainstream rap beef took a step up each time.
True. And it actually makes it a little bit better to know now that...
Don't even start shit because people are getting this deep.
Well, I was going to say... So, now that we know the Biggie Tupac thing, maybe someone just orchestrated that as a one-man show.
Hey.
I'm just saying. Maybe it was like,
take your tinfoil hat off.
One-man thing. The guy I
feel
have some bad stuff also coming out.
But I feel like that's always been on the table, no?
Yeah. But it's like that was, like, rappers almost, like the Jay-Z Nas thing.
You 36 in karate classes.
The Jay-Z Nas thing where what's the line about like left the condoms on the baby seat or something?
That's what I was gonna say.
And it's like, even then I think someone was like, hey, that's a lot.
Yeah, but then you gotta think, next major thing after that.
Who was
Ghost Rider, I guess. Which is like, okay, now we're getting like real life.
Yeah.
Personal. Then the next thing after that, this guy has a secret baby.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude,
then it's like, okay, if we have to like,
he's clashed with a lot of people.
But that's because
I wasn't even saying Drake being involved in him, which that's actually funny. But that just goes to show how big of an artist he is. To be fair, but it just goes to show like the level. Each level is just taking a step and a half.
Yeah, like deeper and deeper on people. But there's also this. In the past, in like the 90s, early 2000s, it felt like something would be handled like more in a physical aspect.
Yeah.
Once it got to a certain point, where now everyone's so like internet warrior, and I think that translates a little bit to like, I'm not saying I want like people to get physical on this stuff, but that's why it like doesn't go as deep as like, all right, dude, well I can't punch you in the fucking face. I can't see you somewhere and, like, actually throw a couple hands with you because that would be insane. It'd be everywhere. I can fucking drop a real bomb on you and let you know that, like, oh, yeah, where the fuck is your kid Adonis?
Yeah.
And it's like, everyone's like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. Who's Adonis? And, like,
I don't even have to take it to physical threats.
Yeah, so it's like, you have to go so much deeper to be like, I need to verbally give you a fucking black eye. I want to verbally knock you out.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have to go deep on it.
Why did we sit here talking about it? This means Drake has been through a lot.
All of it, but it's only because he's the top dude, though.
Like, he really has been through a lot.
Because, like, if you're not the top dude, people aren't going to be coming at you like that.
No.
And I say that all the time. It's the reason why everybody is attacking him like this. But it's just like, damn, every time you get into a beef, somebody's
into that.
Now that he's been involved in situations that you know, and he talks in a way that's like his little sneak disses, like,
yeah,
they're like, okay. So it's like if somebody finally gets fed up with something or something behind the scenes, they can make it known on a big level. It's going to help the whole thing.
You know what's going on. Mm-hmm. My buddy Rory's about to rock in here.
What's going on?
What's going on? And that's...
That's tight.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hip hop
magnets? That's fire.
for $1. I was like,
Dude,
yeah, something for
unreal.
your fridge.
Hell
Ghetto paint.
That's crazy.
Where was this at? Oh, Value World, dude. Whoa.
That's fire. For the buck?
This 2003.
Is that LL Cool J?
That's LL Cool J.
It's just a rapper.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it
LL
says
Cool J.
Missy and Mookie right here. I tried looking up what that meant, and I was like, Missy.
Those are the hip hop names.
Them
Yeah,
nicknames.
that's
Yeah, them
right.
nicknames. Dog, so when you sent that video the other day about LL Cool J, I did not understand that he really got mad at him because of a tattoo.
Just petty. dog.
Oh, at fucking what's his name?
Cannabis?
That is
Cannabis,
LL
yeah.
Cool J.
Oh, that looks just like him.
That look just like him.
Well, because I feel like LL Cool J took he's kind of the Jerry West of rap a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you do like rap,
The logo of
let
rap.
me get the logo of rap.
Yeah.
For a long time, it was that.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's so dated now.
Yeah.
But it's just like that
That's-
was a weird.
That's hip hop.
That's hip, and that's hip
LL
hop.
Cool J is hip hop.
And maybe that's hip hop. Back to the Drake thing though, there is a weird energy where you're like, what's going on with this guy that everyone just ends up being like, we gotta beef with him? Is it a people chasing clout thing, or is it a thing that you think he doesn't get along with people like in a Tom
I feel like it's.
What are you
way?
doing?
I feel
what
like
are you
I feel like
doing?
it's both.
Okay, like he's rough to work with, like he's a prima donna.
I wouldn't even say rough to work with. I would just say behind the scenes thing, because you got to think number one guy.
Well, and Yachty even says like he's fucking everybody's girl.
Yeah, it's like
That's a big problem.
And Yachty need to
I
stop.
feel like that is.
Yachty does kind of need to stop talking.
You need to
about
stop
Drake.
dick riding him so much.
Well, then he
I understand that's your friend. And
He
you
got
like,
in trouble though, dude. So he had to double back on it.
huh?
He got in trouble because he reposted a thing, and Drake was like, "Now you're in trouble."
Oh yeah, about the rap beat.
And Yachty was like, "No, it was a fucking accident."
But you want to know something about Lil Yachty?
Accident.
Lil Yachty dropped that album with what's the dude that he dropped the album with? That Drake always be working with. Singer from the UK.
Sampha?
No, not Sample.
White
dude.
guy?
Yeah.
James Blunt?
Yeah.
No, not James.
James Blake. Is it James,
James Blake. Yeah, who did
So,
like
He released
yeah.
a project with James.
Lil
Blake?
Yachty has did a
I think it
album
is James
with
Blake,
James
yeah.
Blake.
What?
And-
That's probably fire.
And Little Yachty's name has been in the media for everything but that album.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's the point.
They don't want it out.
That's the point.
How do you think James Blake feels? I don't know. I don't know all that.
I did this shit for you, and this is what I get.
I don't understand.
That shit crazy.
It would be. It is funny when I love hearing like British pop people talk about rap music, like older
Ed
one.
Sheeran? Oh.
Like Ed Sheeran or like fucking Elton John has a great one because
He lived next
I
door
pr-
to Young Thug.
I was so happy this was true. They recorded that song together,
That is fire.
and my dude was like, "Hey man, there's no way they recorded that song together. It's called The Sample," and I'm like, first off, yeah, dude, they did record it together because I believe
The
it.
one with Thug?
Yeah, and Young Thug or
I'm
Elton
a
John.
rocket man.
Yeah, Elton John goes, Young Thug's the best rapper I've ever worked
I
with,
heard
and I
that.
worked with Eminem, and I was like, I love that Elton John's like
So
Eminem or Young Thug, dude, for sure. That rules.
Then they
Yeah.
live.
That's
He
the
lived
right-
next door to Gucci, or he either lived next door to Gucci or Young Thug. One of them.
First off, he would love living next to both of them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, they're both just sitting there trying on, like, weird clothes. Like, they're just like, can we get men's and women's mixed on the site? They're like, we'll take it all.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that. I mean, did you guys hear about the woman who is running for, I believe it's state attorney of Georgia?
Oh, the one that arrested Thug.
The one who's running against her.
Okay.
Her
Oh,
platform?
She's about to win for sure.
Free Young Thug.
Oh shit!
She's like, "Yeah, we got for him. We gotta get him out of here.
No,
that's
like
the
for real.
easiest
You got
quote.
this.
But no, can we talk about
Get
it?
him out of there."
Have y'all been keeping up with it?
Of course,
Loosely,
dude.
yeah.
We got new judges. This court case is taking
And then
forever.
Woody went in there and told her everything. He would have told everything. This ain't got shit to do with him. I did it.
Yeah,
He got immunity, so he can say whatever he wants.
yeah.
Oh,
And
so he's just going off.
yeah.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
And now he's hanging out with Charleston White.
That's the worst decision that they ever.
Yeah, no, I don't know why anyone is
Why would y'all
ever
put
hanging
y'all
out.
together? I wouldn't mind hanging out with Charleston White.
I feel like it'd be funny for a little bit, and then you'd actually try to be having like a conversation with something, and he'd keep interrupting, where he's like, "That shit is wrong," and you're like, "All right, then shut the fuck up." We're having a regular talk, not YouTube
So I
stuff.
think he'd be cool to hang out with for a while.
And then he'd wear, like he'd be a lot.
See, but then
It
I
just
got
depends
this
on the
thing.
hangout.
Yeah,
Like, if you're just like this, probably wear pretty fast. You're like kicking it.
if we all
Great
drinking,
kicking.
yeah.
If he's at a cookout or something, I'm at like an outdoor party, love to have him there.
Yeah.
Because I can dip in the pool.
You got like 20
I can-
people to bounce him
Yeah,
off.
I- well, yeah, I
no,
can,
you
like-
just come up with
All
your
right, I'll
uncle.
go back.
You got
Yeah,
an uncle because everybody got that one uncle that acts just like him.
Yeah, I can dip in the pool a little bit and get a little crazy, and then when I'm like, this is getting out of hand, I'm like, I'm out of the conversation, and I just like dip back out. That's what I did all at that party the other week. A lot of people, hard to talk to a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't like
So
that.
you just kind of gotta go, hey, what's up? All right, and then you just like randomly just walk away.
Yeah.
Someone's like, all right,
It's funny when those conversations end
Yeah.
because it's like we both know
it's over.
and just like
We're adults
start
enough.
drifting. Yeah,
Both
It's
sides,
not like
both sides are
yeah.
looking for an out at that point.
yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
It's like, hey man,
just waiting for the
somebody
first
else to
one to
step
start
in.
to drift.
It's
Like,
it's not offensive. We're both still friends. I'm probably just gonna walk out of here though. Probably just-
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's perfect. I wasn't gonna leave. You're like, awesome. Whew. But Olympics wrapped up.
yes.
Shout out to the shorty from Australia.
Dude, what happened? with
They
that?
they
Imagine being
stopped
so
doing
bad
it.
at a sport that they decide, one person is so bad that they
Yeah.
just decide to get rid of the sport.
It's
And
gone.
And when it's coming to America, that's
when
the
it's
crazy
coming to
part.
where
It's gonna be in America the next
If-
time, and they can't even have an American thing. A thing that started in America inside of it
Well,
anymore.
And also, it's like, if there's a encyclopedia and like cultural appropriation is in there, she has to be like the person that this was bad. I don't know what you're doing.
And she has a degree in cultural movement.
Yeah, and that's a problem as well, dude. You're in Australia.
Oh, breakdancing? Who made that up? Oh, black people?
Yeah, she's
Oh,
like,
so this is a form of African dance.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
She's doing like weird shit. She's doing the kangaroo. You're like,
She can
I
do
need.
Son.
what was her nickname? It was something that you're like, you have the audacity to have a nickname.
Yes.
Oh.
I forgot what it
I gotta look
was.
it up.
It was.
Bro.
That's a rough person, and but we get a bunch of sick sports at the next Olympics. Baseball's there.
Mm.
Baseball's
Flag
never been
football.
in the Olympics?
It's hit or miss because the problem is that
Oh, yeah.
MLB won't release dudes sometimes for the Olympics. So now your Olympic team is no one from the MLB. And a lot of these dudes are just like, hey man, I would like to do this because I'm on like the fucking end of the bench here, and I'm in the MLB, but like I'd like to play in the Olympics. My career's probably not gonna be long. I'm not the best.
Yeah,
like,
right.
That's
Can I
right.
do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like, do I have to quit my job to do this? And it's like they used to pause the MLB for like 2 weeks, and then
Yeah, because it's during.
so you could
Yeah.
do. That's the hard part, because like NHL's the same way, where they'll like be on pause
Gotcha.
because a bunch of dudes are like, "Hey man,
But it's
I'm
only
playing
for
for my
like a
team.
week. It's like a
Now
week
they're
or two.
already talking
Yeah, like
about
two,
how
three
flag
weeks.
football
Yeah.
is coming. the
Yeah,
next
I've seen
Olympics.
that.
I've seen
Yeah.
Now
that.
they're talking about our NFL players going to be able to be in it because now all these quote-unquote professional flag football players are like, no, we're supposed to be the ones in it. And they're like, obviously the NFL players would be better at it,
Yeah.
but it's almost the same thing with the 3-on-3 this year that they did. It's like, to qualify for the 3-on-3 for the Olympics, you had to have spent so much time in a 3-on-3 circuit already, to where none of the NBA players would qualify to be in there.
Yeah.
I feel like they
Because
could have just
it's a
went to
violation of
Rikers.
their NBA contract, I'm sure, to play in some other, like another league in addition.
Yeah,
to
you
that.
can't
for
just be
sure.
in like another.
What's the park in New York? Rutgers.
Yeah.
I'm sure like they should have just went to Rutgers. It was like,
That's
come
what
on.
I'm saying.
Come on.
Dude, the 3-on-3
I
was-
could-
I couldn't even watch the 3-on-3.
I watched like a glimpse of it. I was like,
It was
so terrible.
bad, bro.
And honestly,
The
if
Rutgers or Drew League, if they start a 3-on-3,
That's
and
what
then the
they
NBA
should
players
do.
could just
That's
play
what I'm
in
saying.
that.
I'm surprised there's like.
But then they're not going to do both.
What's that?
though.
But I think they do got
No.
a Rutgers. I think
but I'm
Rutgers do
hoping
got a
at least,
league.
Like in
What
the next
is-
4 years, there's other people that saw it this year, and they're like, I'm about to play on to some 3-on-3 shit
But-
and try to make it.
So what about
Yeah, 'cause
Ice
they-
Cube?
That's what I was just gonna
Yeah,
say.
Ice Cube got
Ice
the big
Cube
three.
was that.
Ice Cube's league, all those dudes should have technically been able to qualify. Or
You would think.
if I'm Ice Cube,
Unless there's an official.
I'm gonna send
No,
something
no,
in.
dude,
I would. If I
dude,
was Ice Cube, I'd
if-
send something in.
if
So
I'm
I'm
There's like a US 3-on-3 like league or
Oh,
something that they play.
So they would have to like combine big three in this thing.
no, you know what I'd do? If I'm Ice Cube, I'm building a team and letting them run it and be like, yo, dude, go
This
over.
is the big
Go-
three.
go
in
over
that
there.
Going into
circuit.
that,
Dude, it's-
you're gonna dominate.
Yeah, send the fucking WWF to the WCW and let them fucking know what's happening. And then once you fucking dominate, come back home.
right.
You know what I mean?
And I'm sure you
And
can
then you
do
get an
both.
Olympic
Because you know
medal.
him with his contracts, he's probably like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, he
Those
wants.
contracts aren't near as strict as
No.
And I'm sure he's
NBA
like,
contract.
Ice Cube's also the exact type of motherfucker to be like, fuck that shit. Oh,
Yeah.
we can't be, my dudes can't be in the fucking Olympics. These are the best dudes.
We're figuring this out,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's gonna figure that shit
Jimmer
out.
Fredette, you're off the team.
Yeah, dude. No one from BYU
Yeah.
should be. We're on a 3-on-3 basketball game in the fucking Olympics, dude, and we got a Jimmy Fredette out here.
And then
I'm
two
sorry.
other no-name guys.
I know Jimmy Fredette can beat probably all of us.
Oh,
That's-
Jimmer was on the 3-on-3
Yeah.
team?
He was the only like ex NBA player on it. The other two guys
Are just guys.
probably
Yeah, they
yeah.
it's like squares.
They had to. They had to.
Jimmer and his two buddies.
Yeah.
That was the team.
Jimmer and his two buddies.
Just Jimmer and
It was
friends.
bad, dude. It was
Jimmer
so
and
bad.
friends.
Damn.
See, I never caught the men's 3-on-3 US.
Well, it's a weird timing thing where
It
it's
was
like
at
you
Rebar one
only
time
get
it came
2
on.
minutes per.
Oh, where?
No,
It was
you
only.
get a 12-second shot clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it starts as soon as
It
somebody
starts
makes
as
or
soon
misses.
as the ball is made or misses. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the rebound or
No
you
takeouts, no none of
When
that.
you get the rebound, you have to take it behind. It's only half court, so you have to take it behind the 3-point line after a rebound, whether it's made or missed. And that 12 seconds goes so fucking fast. It was just bad.
So they just didn't.
I was
do
watching
it
these
the right
two
way,
countries,
no.
bro. They were missing every
I guess
layup,
it's just
every
those
shot.
are the rules, I guess, for 3-on-3. But it's just not an entertaining game to watch. Like,
No.
That is.
And you
there-
would think with constant action it would be, but it's just not.
it's super rushed.
You
Like,
need full court.
defense was garbage. It was like they would let a guy blow by him, and everyone just stood there like,
And then the guy misses a layup.
yeah.
There's definitely 3 dudes at Rucker Park who could have, like,
Call
who were
me-
sitting there and they were
If
like,
y'all playing like that, call me next time.
Man, stop.
"No, we're getting curveball in next one in LA."
Oh, you know how
dude."
many people been talking about they want to play curveball now?
You got like a whole league starting up.
Listen, everybody want to go against me. I mean,
We've seen
hey,
the Olympics let anything in, dude. You probably could get it.
let's start a curveball.
Get a little curveball league
Hey,
going.
listen,
I see people play roof ball.
The fuck is roof ball?
It's like you got like a football and you got like throw it on the roof and like have it. You can't throw it over though. It's got to like go around the
off in a certain
satellite
way?
that's at the top. You get like points and shit.
man, what?
So this
Why
is
does this sound like an
horseshoes?
Ed and an Eddie?
This is like a ghetto horseshoe?
This
Yeah,
sounds like
it's
some
just
shit on
like-
Ed and Eddie.
No, it's more of like a whiter person's horseshoes. I guess.
Well, because it's like you need like it's
No,
like-
because horseshoes is as wide as
Yeah,
Yeah.
This,
yeah,
hey,
I guess.
So that's why I said this is the ghetto one.
Yeah.
Because
We-
this is probably
I have
this
so
white
many
ghetto.
extra horseshoes for all my horses. I'm playing games with them, dude. that's classic old white people.
That's
thing.
Yeah.
crazy shit.
Yeah, roof ball though.
They were
It's something
showing
like
it on the Ocho the other night.
It was on the Ocho.
Yeah.
ESPN 8. Shout out.
Something like Ed and Eddie.
It probably is like it probably started from something like that, or just someone being like really bored basketball style.
Yeah,
Saying
like,
that
hey,
shit.
let's just try to make a game real quick, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, when
like,
you're a
this is kinda
kid,
cool.
that does rule.
yeah.
You're like, oh, what's the game? And they're like, let me explain it to you. Me and my boy here just made this thing. I did that.
Rundown.
I used to be devious in Foursquare because I'd just make rules up and be like, yo, this is how they play it at this other school. I'm like, yeah, this is rules from OLA.
He cheated.
You guys never even heard of this shit. I got friends at other places. I'm not saying local, dude.
Yeah, and then you
I'm
gotta
kinda
play
global.
the other school way.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, if you guys don't play that way, everyone in the neighborhood's gonna be like, we suck. So just why don't you listen to me? I'm the king now. And I get to make up one rule every turn.
I forgot about four squares.
It's fun.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
But it is
and I hate when they throw it on your leg when they.
to play as an
A
adult,
cheater?
it's like a very embarrassing physical activity to watch. Because the way you move for it is like only a kid can kind of like not look fucking like real gay doing it. It's like a bunch of kids realize they're like, dude, I could be a dancer. Like Foursquare got kids into dancing. Yeah, they're like, where do I go? Where do I
That's
go?
how the Australian chick got into break.
Yeah, that's how she was into breakdance. She said, well, I'm great at Foursquare. And I've got to pay $6.
Oh, shit. We gotta end it on that, though. I gotta get on.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Appreciate this. It's a great time. It's been a
We
long
might
time.
have to get another one on a Tuesday.
I mean, we're always going up on Tuesday, dude.
I know, but we're trying to get a
Is
schedule.
that the dream? Do we get the intro from him? From what's his name?
McConan?
From Conan?
Honestly, it probably wouldn't be.
On a Tuesday.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And we can probably use enough of it to where it's not copyright.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I almost
It's like a real.
Just like a
I feel
couple
like-
second little
yeah.
Do a
screen.
remix on.
Going up on a Tuesday. They just
Yeah,
start
that's
talking.
I feel like if we just
With,
gave
like,
him
some
a
visuals.
credit on it, he might be like, that's fine.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about music
Yeah.
no more. He's a beautician, though.
That's cool.
All right.
Shout out to McConan.
All right.
Wasn't sure if that was real or not, but I love that it is.
On that note, shout out McConan.
Yeah.
We're going to do shit.
We'll catch you guys next Tuesday. Coming up.
See ya.